It was just after sunset when Ethan pulled into the quiet neighborhood. The street was lined with modest suburban homes, the kind that whispered comfort and stability. He parked his car at the curb in front of Olivia's house, his fingers tightening on the steering wheel for a moment before he exhaled slowly and stepped out. He hadn't seen her in weeks. Not since the argument that had ended with Olivia storming out of his apartment and saying she needed time. Time to think. Time to breathe. Time to figure things out. Ethan had given her that reluctantly. But now, after 3 weeks of silence, she'd texted him. "Can you come over? We need to talk." The words had hung in the air since he'd read them. We need to talk. The 5 words everyone dreaded hearing. He walked up to the porch, the familiar creak of the wooden steps beneath his feet stirring up a wave of memories. Movie nights, shared dinners, stolen kisses under the stars. All of it lived here, wrapped in the walls of this home. He raised his hand to knock, but before his knuckles touched the wood, the door swung open. Olivia stood there barefoot in an oversized white t-shirt that looked like it might have once belonged to him. Her long auburn hair was slightly tousled, like she'd just woken up from a restless nap. Her eyes met his, and he felt a strange combination of comfort and unease. She didn't say hello. Instead, she crossed her arms and said, "We need to talk." Ethan swallowed hard. "Yeah," he said. "Okay." She stepped aside to let him in. The house smelled like lavender and lemon, just as he remembered. Familiar yet slightly distant now. The TV was muted in the background, flickering with the soft light of some movie paused mid-scene. He noticed a mug on the coffee table, tea half finished. "Want something to drink?" she asked. He shook his head. "I'm good." They sat across from each other in the living room, an invisible wall hanging between them. Olivia tugged at the hem of her shirt, looking down for a moment before lifting her gaze to him again. "I've been thinking a lot," she started. "Me too," Ethan said softly. She smiled, but it was tight. Not the smile he remembered. "I know we needed the space. But it felt like too much space. And not enough of us." He leaned forward, his elbows on his knees. "I never stopped thinking about you, Liv." "That's the thing," she said. "Neither did I. But thinking about you and being with you. Those are 2 different things." He flinched just a little. She noticed. "I didn't mean it like that," she said gently. "I just mean, being with you, Ethan, it's intense. You're intense. And sometimes I felt like I couldn't breathe." "I never wanted to make you feel that way," he said quickly. "I was trying to love you the best I could." "I know." Her voice cracked slightly. "But sometimes love can still feel like pressure. Like you're holding on so tightly you don't even notice the other person is slipping." Silence stretched between them. The hum of the refrigerator in the kitchen became the only sound. Ethan rubbed his hands together. "So what now? Are you saying this is it?" She stood and paced slowly. Her bare feet made no sound against the hardwood floor. "I thought I wanted space. Then I thought I wanted closure. But then I realized what I really wanted was clarity." "Did you find it?" She paused, then turned to him. "Sort of. That's why I called you." Ethan stood too. "Liv, we can make this work. I've thought about what I did wrong. I was too quick to fix things, too slow to just listen. I kept trying to be your answer instead of just hearing the questions you had." A small, sad smile touched her lips. "You always did have a way with words." He stepped closer, but not too close. "I'm willing to change, to grow. But I need to know, do you still want this?" Olivia walked to the window, looking out at the twilight fading into night. "I want something real. Something that isn't just about passion or promises. Something steady. Do you think we can be that?" "I do," Ethan said without hesitation. She turned to him again, folding her arms as if trying to protect her heart. "I've also been seeing someone." The air went still. His heart dropped, but he didn't react violently. He just closed his eyes for a second, then opened them. "Is it serious?" "No," she said quickly. "It was A distraction. Someone who wasn't you. And I realized even while I was with him I kept comparing him to you. Which wasn't fair to him or to me. Why are you telling me this? He asked, his voice low. Because if we're going to have any shot at rebuilding what we had, it has to start with honesty. All of it. Ethan nodded slowly. Thank you for telling me. Beat passed. Then she stepped forward, cautiously, like approaching something fragile. Do you still love me? He met her eyes. I never stopped. Her expression softened. Then maybe we can start again. Slower this time. Martyr. Less trying to be perfect, and more trying to be present. Ethan reached out and took her hand. That's all I've ever wanted. She looked down at their intertwined fingers, then back up at him. Can you stay for a while? Not to talk. Just to be here. He smiled. I'd like that. They sat back on the couch, closer this time. The weight between them had shifted. Not gone, but lighter. They watched the movie together, not really paying attention. Every now and then, their hands brushed, and it felt like something new was being written over something old. Time passed. The night wore on. And when Ethan finally left hours later, he turned back at the edge of the porch. Olivia was there in the doorway again, barefoot, still in that t-shirt, but this time smiling. Same time tomorrow, she called. He grinned. I'll bring the tea.